Today on our 2006 Ford F-150, we're going to be installing the Covercraft Work Truck SeatSaver custom seat covers for the front. They're available in a variety of colors to match your truck's interior. Here's a good example of why you want these seat covers. You can see it's torn, and the customer has tried to sew it back together. Also, you can see that our seats are dingy and worn. The Covercraft seat covers are made with a heavy-duty poly cotton. They're going to protect your seats from dirt and debris, sun damage, and rips and tears. Another nice feature is you won't lose your large pockets behind your seats. They're built right in. They're very easy to install. We'll go ahead and show you that now. The first thing you want to do is remove your headrests. So we'll raise it up and take them out. Then we'll grab our cover. And what we want to do first is lay it in place and make sure we've got the correct side. So we'll undo our hook and loop, and then we'll slip it over. Make sure we get everything all lined up. Pull it down from the back. Make sure that our seatbelt is over the top. Just like that. With it in place, we can bring it around our seatbelt anchor and begin attaching our hook and loop. Just work our way down, pulling it in, and nice and tight. You can see how it starts to conform around our seat and have a nice tight fit. This is what we want. Then we can lift up our cushion portion. We'll want to undo our hook and loop. I'd also like to point out this tab right here is going to get tucked between our seat, and this strap is going to go underneath our seat towards the front. Go ahead and tuck it in. Stretch the elastic over our seat and pull it around, and kind of work your way in by tucking it in around the other seat here in the center. When we start pulling it around our sides, we'll want to take our strap and tuck it into the corners. Now I'm going to fold my backrest forward so I've got a little bit more room to work. Here you can see my straps here. Further down, you can see my tab with the hook and loop fasteners that my long strap is attached to. Our short straps are going to connect to them like this. And then we're going to feed our long strap underneath our seat towards the front. Here in the front, we can see the long strap that I fed through underneath. Now we'll need to locate the buckle that's attached to the front portion of our cushion. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that so we can easily run our strap. What we want to do is run it up through the second slot and then back down through the first slot. That way, when we attach it, we can easily pull it tight, just like that. Let's go ahead and reattach it. We're going to pull it tight. And it may be a little bit easier to pull it tight from underneath the seat. Now we can turn our attention back to our headrest. We'll want to make sure that we have it lined up correctly. We've got a smaller end on the rear portion. The larger end is in the front. So we'll slip it over the top, make sure it's lined up. And then we want to connect the bottom hook and loop. Then we can just put it back in place, lining the holes. And there you go. With both driver and our passenger seats done, let's go ahead and move on to our center section. We'll start with the seat cushion first. We'll grab our corresponding piece. You'll notice how it's larger where my hands are and smaller at the bottom. The larger portion is going to be the front of the cushion. Now this is just elastic, so we can just stretch it out and pull it in place. Just want to get it around the corners, that way it can grab. And tuck it in around the sides. Now for our backrest center console, we'll take the end with the elastic and the loops. That's going to go over the top just like this. The bottom we'll tuck in behind our seat and pull up from the back. Make sure that it's straight when you pull it up over, and then we're going to hook it on the corners of our lid, just like this. Then we'll straighten it out, make sure it's nice and smooth, make sure that it's going to close, which it does. Then, for our loops, I'm going to loop these underneath here. That way they're held in place. With that in place, we're all set. And that's going to complete our installation of the Covercraft Work Truck SeatSaver custom seat covers for the front on our 2006 Ford F-150.